We have 5 core values, and one of those core values is sustainability. And we try to be sustainable in 3 main ways. We try to be sustainable financially. Secondly, we want to be socially sustainable. And by that, what we mean is making sure that the communities in which we're based see a sense of the investment that we've made in the buildings, in the facilities that we've provided for learners. And thirdly, we try to encourage sustainability in terms of the environment. So what you'll find in Harper A, we grow our own food, which we use directly back into our refectory services and onto our courses for catering and hospitality. We have a community garden. We have good local biodiversity programs. You'll find that there's been a massive increase in the number of butterflies and birds that you can now see on campus. And in Harper A, we did a combination of new build and renovating existing property. What I'm pleased to say is that this new build backs onto a very old building, and that fits in perfectly with the college's strategy, because our view is that what we want to do is to make sure that we genuinely are centres of our communities.
The campus itself was born out of a redevelopment of the old Harper A baths, over 100 years old. The baths themselves have fallen into decay, and rather than knock them down, we've turned a decrepit baths into a modern teaching block with state-of-the-art IT facilities.
The challenge for us was to see whether we could convert a Grade 2 derelict Victorian baths into an education facility for the 21st century. And we achieved this through salvaging items, through ensuring that we actually carried out very detailed restoration of ceramic tiles, the windows, the stained glass you can see behind me, but also introducing more modern elements of technology such as high efficiency boilers, high levels of insulation and high level efficiency lighting.
When I was younger, I actually came to the swimming baths when it was a swimming baths, and one day I was swimming and there was a hole in the roof, and an actual pigeon came down and flew in the building. So that's shown how run down it was.
The real test for the building is whether it's been popular with local people and local students. What we've found is that from a very deprived area in terms of access to post-16 education, there's been regular uptake year on year. It's now become a very popular centre for local people.
The impact of our investment in Harper A in terms of education and training has been quite dramatic. We've seen a 22% increase in our learner numbers in the last 5 years. And this is an area that had no educational facilities close by, and people had to travel long distances if they wanted to do further education and training. They can now do it on the doorstep. And 75% of the learners who come to us, almost 800 people, are actually local people who now have aspirations and can see pathways into jobs or on into higher education for themselves. In terms of people staying on courses, that's increased by almost 10% to a figure of 92% currently. And in terms of success rates, we're now above the national average at 82%. I think all of those figures are quite significant for an area that traditionally has not had many people previously going on into further education and training.
I wasn't too sure about coming to the college because the actual location it's in Harper A is not the best area originally, but when you come into the actual college, it's so much different. When I came in, it was so modern, the facilities are so good. They've still kept some of the old artefacts of the building, like if you come in, you still have the tiles, and it has like the nostalgic feel of it, like it's an old building.
As well as achieving a successful architectural solution for the scheme, it was essential that we ensured that the building was able to be used effectively for students. We have students of drama, of tourism who are using the facilities. In this respect, the large areas of natural light, the good circulation spaces, the range of facilities that we provided all encourage learning and actually make the students feel relaxed.
We study upstairs in the old building, and it's really modern inside, and there's lots of light coming through. It's very open, there are big windows, there's a skylight, and it's really nice. Because we're an interactive course, we have all this new technology, and it is in contrast to the old building that we're in, the old swimming baths, and it works.
We held an open evening here, and lots of young people and their parents came up to me during the course of the evening and said how much the building actually meant to them, because they've lived in the area for generations. And they're really pleased to see the investment that's been made back into the building. But what goes along with that is the aspirations that now starts to build for people. So young people commented on how comfortable they felt on site, how safe they felt, with the large open spaces and the good sight lines. There was good behaviour generally. That's just great to see and to get those comments back, that a building and a service can have that impact on a major community.
From the perspective of our practice, it has brought real opportunities for us to demonstrate our skills in sustainability through new technologies and also restoration of buildings, we have found that there's been a continuation in terms of the type of projects we're involved in and the type of demands that come from other clients as a consequence of doing this project.
We're immensely proud of achieving the Green Gown Award. It's something we were actively pursued, and we were absolutely delighted when we found that we were successful. It means so much that when organisations like ours make investment in areas and we can see genuine returns, it means so much that you actually get recognised for that. And I do think that when you actually design buildings, and this is where we've had a very good relationship with the architects, you start with an educational case. What's the reason for building the building? You then look at the property case that comes behind that. What should the building look like? What are the sight lines like? You can actually manage good behaviour into buildings through the design concepts. And then finally you come to the financial case. And I've got to say that looking at all of that lot in the round and looking at the impact that we've then had in terms of the Green Gown Award, it's something we're immensely proud of. Our students are proud of it, our staff are proud of it, and I know that the partners we work with, the stakeholders like the City Council and other key partners, local employers, are immensely proud.